Hey guys, welcome to Shieldbury Wright Garage. We're back on another road trip. You may have recalled last time in the last episode when we picked up the 35 Dodge truck that we want to look at getting a parts truck to complete it. So as of right now, we're in the township of Bargo. We're there to pick up a parts truck that I've sourced. Now it is not a 1935, it's a 33. But the similarities are close enough that we'll pretty much be able to use all of the panels that are missing on the 35, any of the mechanical items, and transfer it over so we have a truck that is more or less mobile outside of the mechanical. So let's go and check it out. Let's see what we're picking up for our money. And here it is, 133 Dodge truck. It's an excellent parts truck. Look at that. She's rough, but it's got a lot of bits that we need. Fairly complete mechanically. Got some cross members we can use, looks like a tank. Got an excellent radiator, that's what we're looking for. Fenders, bumpers, lights. We'll be able to get him mobile fairly soon. Wheels turn apparently. Oh, maybe not. A few spare rims. Let's get him on. Yep, that's good. Yep. Righto, front's on. And that's him, that's the old girl strapped down, ready for its trip home to be used for parts. Bloody beautiful. Happy days, let's go. There we are, with both trucks side by side. We'll do a similar removal as the other 35 truck. We'll remove these brackets here that are on the ramps for the car trailer. That's my little extension piece that I made, seeing as the wheelbase was far too long for this trailer. And so by using the engine crane like last time, we'll slide these ramps out of the way, back end will go straight on the ground. We'll be able to chuck those wheels, drive the trailer straight forward, and then we'll crane the front up and have these side by side properly in no time. Here they are, side by side. Happy bloody days. And here we are, guys. We have ourselves a very cool looking 30s style Mopar driveway. Check it out. We got the 33 Dodge truck, 34 Plymouth, 35 Dodge truck. You bloody beauty. Well, we better have ourselves a closer look at what we're dealing with. You can see the front mounting area has got 2 bolts for the bumper bar on the 33. Single bolt setup on the 35, very much like what the Plymouth has. This grille is what I used on the 34 Plymouth, in fact, which is why I'm so keen on this 35 truck project. Definitely got a different shape to the 33. However, we'll have to modify these fenders to suit. But the side profile of the cabs is the same on both trucks. And although the 33 truck is an open style cab, if we have a look at the dash, it still has the same appearance as the 35 truck. So this truck is missing its glove box lid. The 33 has it. So between the two of both trucks, we'll be able to make everything pretty much all complete bodywork wise and interior wise. Now looking at the chassis side by side, they are pretty much identical. Now we've got this bar here on the 33 truck that's been fitted. And looking at 34, it's been missing. It looks like it's actually been broken off here. The diffs basically look the same. All the steering and suspension is the same. So we'll have enough to get it mobile, I think. And so now, guys, it's probably time to take this opportunity to actually discuss where we're heading with this project. Now that we've got both trucks side by side, we have a few decisions to make in terms of which chassis we want to use. When I've had a closer look at the 33 truck chassis, there are some 4 spots on the rails in the middle that look a little bit rough. So even though the front section of the rails is more user-friendly in terms of getting the Guardston bumper bar to mount up, I think overall we're going to stick with the 35 truck cab and the 35 rails. As mentioned, the radiator shroud or the grille housing on the 35 truck is the same as what's on Death Proof, so that was what actually attracted me to this build in the first place. And as far as I'm aware, the 35 trucks are the first ones to actually come with a full sheet metal roof. So anything that did have a full roof on 34, I think it was, and earlier, still had an open sunroof type area that was just a canvas roof. So I really like the idea of keeping this 35 cab on the 35 chassis. So we're going to take the bits and pieces as necessary from the 33 and swap them over. What I do also want to show you is the back end of the truck of what I want to do. I don't want to do a regular flat tray. If we actually have a look at the blue steel that I've mounted on the back of this cab, it's going to be an angled tray. So I don't know, it might be 20 degrees, 30 degrees, something like that. But the kind of back that it's going to have is very similar to the old style race transporters. So that's exactly what this truck's going to be. And so in regards to the running gear of this truck moving forward, there's been a few considerations on how I'm going to build this, and I've made the decision that I want this truck to be 4-wheel drive. So it is going to be the transporter for Death Proof. It will be used on rally roads, there'll be mud, there'll be some slime, so it needs to be able to recover Death Proof in any situation that we find ourselves in. Hopefully nothing too serious, but you never know. So on that note, I've been looking at Mitsubishi Canter front and rear diffs, and I do believe that I can make the Canter diff work. The diff sits on the driver's side, so for the Aussie side, it's the right hand side. and I need to get that sitting on the left because the driveline that I want to use is from an F350. I'm on the lookout for a 7.3 power stroke turbo diesel V8, and again the transfer case sits on the left hand side there, so there's going to be a few modifications and all that sort of thing that I've got to deal with. Now that's going to be a lot further down the line. Now in regards to the canter side of things, I did pick up a free set of rims the other day. I've trial fitted them to these hubs here and they're slightly off. There's about a 2mm difference. Now I'm fortunate because if I run the canter setup, I want to keep the original 20-inch rims for the look of this vehicle. Plus I also need a really tall sidewall because the canter diffs are so low geared. That's the only way I'm going to get any decent RPM at top speed with the F-Series Power Stroke motor. So what I am able to do is machine the outer edges out. We'll deal with that later. But what it means is that overall I've probably nailed it down to about 90% certainty of exactly the kind of running gear that we're going to use on this truck. And basically the original running gears that is in both of these trucks are going to go. I do need to keep them both mobile for the moment. The 33 truck, obviously, as mentioned earlier, is going to stay the parts truck, but I do need to make sure that I can put some sort of wheels on it. I'm not going to cut everything up straight away. I'm going to put it in storage, so I need it to still remain mobile. And of course, I need the 35 truck to remain mobile up until such a point that we put all the canter stuff in there. So when all of that sort of thing is done, I'll look at probably keeping the 33 truck as some sort of yard art that'll have the cab in its place and the grill shell. That's about it. And obviously the motor and boxer can stay there, that's not a big deal. And all the running gear out of the 35 is going to either get sold off or go to a restorer. So on that note, I think we better take a closer look at everything and start pulling it apart. And so first things first, I think we're going to get both trucks up in the air, get them on some chassis stands. We've got to rip these wheels off. I've got 7 in total. We'll find out once we strip these tyres off how much, if any, are usable at all. And the other thing to remember on these trucks is the left hand side is also a left hand thread, so the last thing I want to do is tighten it when I want to undo it. Doesn't look the best, got a bit of swelling between rivets. See what the others are like, eh? Good one. Well, that wind has well and truly had it. This one might be okay. Here's our result after stripping all 7. You can see that's well shagged. So pretty much through the rims have well and truly had it, and through these bands have well and truly had it. And then we've got 3 bands here which are questionable, 3 rims here which are questionable. This one's actually pretty decent with a good band. So I've also noticed that out of the 7 rims I've got 2 different thicknesses as well. I'm preferencing the wider one, but I'm going to have to chase up a couple of leads on some maybe Chevy rims that might do the job. Hopefully they'll be of the wider version, but I'm going to have to chase that up because I need at least 7 rims for this truck, unfortunately. So not looking good so far, but it is what it is. Righto guys, moving forward, time to strip these cabs and panels off these chassis. Now with the 35 stripped of its body, I can now focus on the 33. And here we are now guys, both trucks now stripped to their jocks. Got all the bodywork stripped off both of them. Happy bloody days. And that's it for this video guys, that'll have to wrap us up for the year. Don't forget to join us next year, we'll keep on working on these trucks. We're still looking for a name, throw out your suggestions in the comments. We need to come up with a name for this 35 transporter. When we do come back, we're going to be dealing with some things like the fender brackets and other brackets that we've got to strip off the 33 truck before we get rid of it. We'll probably look at taking the motor and box out of the 35 as well. Got to unsee some wheels, so we've still got a lot more work to do, but we're getting there and it's full steam ahead with this project. So enjoy your new year, we'll catch you next time, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Cheers guys. These wheels at least, so hopefully a little bit dumbass. My research of the Canada diffs is that the diff sits on the driver's side. Why does this fucking noise have to come now? Motherfucker. Oh, get on, you turd. Fucking rusty nuts. Get the fuck on, will you? Oh, turd.
The life of this falls on your melon.
I know you will.
Fucking Is that the part where I go, I told you so?
Oh. That hurt.
That was gold.
I'm still supporting it.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh. I thought that was still attached to the backboard. Motherfucker.
Oh. I told you that was where I was at. Dick.